All right, and here we are with Ram Man. Let's go ahead and take a look at this box here. On the top of the box, we have Masterverse. He's got 30 points of articulation. It says New Eternia for Ram Man. On the side, it says Ram Man, Human Battering Ram. And we got on the back, and look at that really good art. Got the figures in the wave that he comes with. I love this this art style. I just love these boxes. And we've got his short bio. So if you want to read his bio, go ahead and pause, and you can go ahead and give that a read. Again, at the top up here, you'll see we have New Eternia logo, original designs inspired by classic concepts. And then if we come over here, we've got his artwork on the side of the box, which is just him and his alternate heads there. So not bad. And then go down, and that's just the rest of his body. And let's get him out of the box and take a look at him. All right, here we go. We've got him out of the box here. So let's just take a quick look around at this figure. We've got his helmet, beautiful gray, some dry brushing in here. The gray has this marbling look to it. Well, I guess the plastic does. And I love it. I actually think this is amazing. As you look at it, as you twist and look at it, and it might not pick up on the camera, it's like some of this metallic silver gray has these little splashes of bronze depending on how the light looks. Almost like it has some tarnishing to it. And it could just be the lights. It really could. But I love it. It gives this a lot of character. There are some dents and some scratches in his helmet. So it's got that look of wear and tear and use. There's similar kind of wear and tear on his shoulder pads. The chains are molded on here to bring him around. And you'll see he's got some shocks, it looks like, supporting the back, his back and probably his neck. You got some rivets in the armor. You see some molded detail here as well, which is really nice. This whole shoulder piece is actually attached. Something that I also think is really nice is the fact that his head freely moves. So it's not like his Origins figure, or I've never had the classics version of this or the any of the other kind of releases. I've always had the original vintage version, and I've had the Origins version of this figure. And you've got some more rivets back here. His red tunic. You can get a full 360 on this head. It's on a ball joint. And you can bend his head down, although it's kind of difficult to see. He looks like the Juggernaut.
Yeah, it's the Juggernaut, bitch!
Just kind of waiting for, I'm Ram Man, bitch. Yeah, instead of the Juggernaut. I think you get a little bit of side to side on his head as well. Yeah, a little bit of side to side. On his upper torso, you can bend him about yay far back, and you can give him a crunch this far. You do have a waist turn. So red, for sure. A little bit of black, I think, on here to give it a little bit more depth. It looks leathery. It's got a leather texture to it. You have the sewn-in laces, if you will, for a tunic. And you have the rest of the tunic down here, each one having a little bit of some kind of a grommet on the base, giving it that weight for the tunic, if you will. I think it would have been cool if these were painted silver, but that's okay. Got his belt buckle here. Let's get a closer look at that. So it's got a little skull on the belt buckle. That's all done in that same metallic gray. And then, of course, he has his leather belt, and there's little holes in the belt. No dry brushing on the belt, but it still has kind of a texture feel to it, so that's cool. His legs are green, and this is all rubber, like a rubbery, soft plastic. So that's pretty cool. Got his boots, again. Grommets, leather feel, steel toes. So this thing back here, I think, is the callback to his gimmick on his Origins figure, where when you pop him down, you hit his boot and he goes flying. So as far as the rest of the articulation goes on him, his arms go completely up, which is cool. You can get them to go sort of around you know, because the arm can kind of adjust around the armor. As you can see, he does have a shoulder pad here that's molded in. The bicep swivel, a pinless double jointed elbow, but you're only getting limited movement there on both elbows. So while, and it's good, I mean, like, I'm not complaining about the limit. I think given, you know, he's a beefy guy to begin with, you're getting appropriate movement out of him. He can lift his legs about yay far up. It can only go back like that. So I'm not going to get too much there. He does have a bend at the knee, so the rubber leg or the rubber pants here do accommodate for the knee to bend, and I think it is a double jointed knee based on how it's moving. A little bit of a spin on the upper boot there, and then of course the foot goes down and it comes up, and you get a little side and side action there. So that's kind of cool. I don't know, depending on like posing, I think it would have been neat to add like a toe bend, but there you go. That's his overall look and articulation. Take a look at his heads here real quick. So they do pop off the joint, like so.
Oh my God, you almost gave me a heart attack. Oh.
And we can put his armored mask on. He's got a crown on here now, if you will, and he's got the face mask. So it's kind of like a bluish silver. And on this one, so again, bluish silver, you've got gray metal for the spikes up there. He's got orange highlighting around the mask, and he's got goggles. Just to get a better look at that helmet, you see the orange, that bluish metallic look to it, the gray for the spikes, orange all the way around. And then of course the goggles. He almost, this actually makes him feel like he might be a dwarf or something if he only had a beard, right? Then we get a closer look at this head here as well. More of that scuffing and damage along around the rims here. You see we've got a key on the back. Some of the rivets, really small. More of that scuffing, that same silver look, kind of that little swirling pattern in it that gives it that steel or iron look, and I think that's actually really cool. It comes with 2 extra hands, both gripping hands. Both have horizontal bend on them. We have his axe, and you can see it's got some battle wear on it, so it's got gouges inside the metal here, and then of course we have some nicks along the blade. We got spikes at the top here. Comes down, flares out, and then you got the handle, and then of course we have his chest piece. So we've got a little bit of a like a demon skull on here in orange. It's that same metallic blue color. The spikes on here that are molded, but they are not. It doesn't look like they changed color on that at all. They could be a little bit of a gray, and I'm just not seeing it very well. The clasp on the side is molded, kind of like a reinforcement to his spine there. And I don't know if this is just like a shock or something around his back. But as you can see, like all of them, they come off. You can put his axe on his back like so, which is nice for, you know, holding that weapon there. And it goes on just like so. Like so, and that's how you put that on. And there you go. That's him with his shoulder armor on. Again, we put the axe back here, and it doesn't seem like it matters which direction you put the axe. So that's how he looks. Put it on. And then of course you can change his hands out just by pulling the peg. Like so. And then you just pull this one out, like so. And then of course his axe will fit in his hand, just like so. So I like this. I actually really like this a lot. I mean, this is actually really, really freaking cool. for a Ram Man figure. So I've got Revelations Man-at-Arms, and I've got new Eternia Ram Man. As you can see, they are actually both in that 7-inch scale. So there's no height difference whatsoever. Actually, that's kind of cool. I would have expected Ram Man to just be a little bit shorter, maybe like 6 inches. But even in comparison here with his helmet, I think he stands a little taller than even Man-at-Arms. So there's a little bit of a side comparison and a front comparison for the two. Let me tell you, I absolutely love this figure. This is, again, another example of why New Eternia is so freaking awesome.
That's right.
This Ram Man is amazing. It's everything I wanted in a Ram Man. You got a little bit of the extra there for the New Eternia stylizing. I love it. You guys find this figure, I think it's actually worth picking up for sure. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this review for New Eternia Ram Man. And I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. We'll see you on the next review.